Yeah.
We are still having the election discussion with Thothy and Darren Holm. Just played you Ndikutandiwe by Vusinova. And yes, we are going to be moving on with the show, guys. Yes, it's very lit, it's very intense, it's interesting. So do stay with us at Armor 89.7. So guys, could you please just tell us more about your manifestos individually and what your plans are if you do get the position of ward councillor? You go first, Darren.
Thanks very much. Look, our manifesto is based on 3 basic principles. That is stopping corruption, creating jobs, and delivering better services. We know that there is a 30% unemployment rate amongst the youth. There are currently 600,000 unemployed graduates. So what we are going to prioritize is job creation, because we know with a job comes human dignity, and people cannot live a dignified life unless they are employed and full participants of this economy. So yes, when it comes to jobs, we will prioritize job creation, and as I said, it comes down to basic service delivery. Water is an issue in this municipality. The roads and just accessibility for housing and just a more inclusive society. We know that Grahamstown is still primarily divided on two lines, 2 racial lines. We need to address that problem and ensure that individuals feel that they are in fact one.
Dan, could you please just tell us exactly how you plan on creating jobs, on narrowing the gap between the rich and the poor? Very briefly.
Creating jobs, we have a 5-point job plan. The first one is to invest in infrastructure. Investing in infrastructure will create jobs. It will ensure that individuals are more closer towards getting jobs. So it's investing in infrastructure when it comes to transport, it comes to maintenance of buildings. Then we need to create a youth wage subsidy that ensures that companies actually employ individuals. And then obviously we need to prioritize education. We know that education is in a crisis in this country, so as soon as you prioritize education as well, it unlocks people's future, it unlocks their potential.
Butchelezi, your manifesto.
I must correct something here. It's not my manifesto. It's a manifesto of the African National Congress. But obviously, the manifesto does create space for interpretation to allow for local issues to find expression in the execution of that manifesto. And I think it goes back to what I've said earlier on, that the African National Congress knows that what was, what is, and what ought to be in this country are 3 different things. And we are working definitely very hard towards achieving a more sustainable level of growth within our communities, but also with our communities, because when we grow, we want to grow with our communities and also not leave them behind by saying that there are people who are going to take decisions about their futures above them without consulting them. So the council of the ANC is a councillor who is going to always be mindful of, first and foremost, that they are a community servant, and as a community servant, they must always be able to champion the issues that are raised by the communities by fostering stronger relations with the communities that they come from. So as well, you find that when you are able to foster stronger relations with the communities that you come from, even issues and solutions that come towards the come forward as responses to challenges that are facing the community, you are able to discuss them in a more thorough manner and in a more inclusive manner, so that the community can be able to hold you accountable as a leader and not just spew a manifesto during election time, but constantly refer back to the community in order to ensure that you are still executing your mandate as required by your community. So this is what the Council of the ANC, first and foremost, must be able to do, above and beyond going to council and saying that we are going to do X, Y, and Z, because it must be the community that actually says that this is our challenge, and as much as this is our challenge, we think that you as a councillor, of course with the councillor bringing the necessary information that comes in terms of research as well, that is coming from the institution of the municipality, the community must be able to say, this is what we are positing as ideas in order to be able to take us forward. And
Mr. Psulezi, I might just have to cut you. But then I'm just worried. You are sweeping the issue of corruption, which is a very fundamental issue in this country, under the carpet. You are not saying anything regarding this issue facing Makana municipality, facing a lot of municipalities in South Africa, part of your ANC manifesto. I don't know. But just I want to read an article that was published in 2013, whereby the Makana municipality couldn't pay any more of its advance rate, and then it was helped by Rhodes University by paying. University paid in advance then its 3 million of electricity and water, all that stuff. And then later, the DA asked the provincial government of the Eastern Cape that Makana municipality be put under administration. That tells me that something is going wrong. And now we are not talking about the DA asking the provincial government to put a municipality led by ANC under administration. And we know that when a municipality is put under administration, something is not going right.
You see, Thokozani, you stopped me before I was finished, and then you are saying that I'm sweeping certain matters under the carpet.
Because you are not answering the question. You are not answering the question.
No, Thokozani, let's assist you here. You said I must outline my manifesto.
Yes.
Or the party's manifesto.
Yes.
When I outlined the party's manifesto, you stopped me before I got to
okay.
that part. So you must withdraw that part that says I'm sweeping it under the carpet.
Okay.
Because as it relates to issues of corruption, this municipality has been able to take action in order to execute recommendations that are coming from the Kabuso report. You must remember something about the 2013 period, and you must be able to admit that what happened in 2013 should not happen in future in this municipality. It was not actually the Democratic Alliance that made the appeal for this municipality to be put under administration.
But it was on paper. It's on papers, newspapers.
Here I'm speaking to you about council records. Section 139B was actually something that was raised by the African National Congress to say that
pressure of the DA.
You see,
because of that pressure.
you are going to.
I need a chance to reply to what's been said.
No, Mr. Terren, can you just give him a chance to finish?
Can you protect me?
Yeah, I'm protecting you.
And I'm saying here that is saying that now that because of the pressure. No, we made the call clear. That's the end of that issue of being put under administration. And it was correct, actually, for the municipality to be put under administration, because there were definitely some issues of maladministration that we saw creeping up in that particular era. And corrective steps have been taken in order to ensure that we do not find ourselves in that situation again. Currently, the municipality is actually on a very good, sound financial path in terms of financial management, and even the very same Auditor General that you mentioned earlier on said so that in terms of the controlling of finances or the management of finances in Makana municipality, there has definitely been a vast improvement in terms of also ensuring that we are attracting the necessary skills and services, because also you must not look at the issue of maladministration and corruption outside of the issue of skills as well. These are all issues that
I don't want us to have the same conflict again, but I want him to also get the same chance as I'm giving you. I don't want to be biased or to be looked as biased. Mr. Terren, you are saying there's something that he's saying and you do not agree with it.
Look, for Mr. Buthelezi to be proud of the ANC government in Makana being at the forefront of putting this municipality under administration is a complete sign of their desperation, because being put under national administration is a clear indication that there are huge problems. And the thing is, we can say that the finances are now fine and after this so-called administration period. But what we do know is that this municipality is at the brink of financial collapse. There is no money available, and it's a pity, because the money that has gone towards getting the so-called experts to come and fix the situation should have actually been spent on the poor. When we went under national administration, they brought in Miss Yoko, who was here for 9 months.
I still remember.
She was here for 9 months, and after those 9 months, she was paid 3 million rand for those 9 months service, and of which there was no turnaround. So we can see that the finances are still in disarray. The services towards which these finances are supposed to be going are not going. And we need a turnaround strategy. More now than ever, we need change.
How can you...
And then just, Mr. Buthelezi, can I be the driver? I want to say something. There's something very interesting about Makana municipality. And it was mentioned more than 3 times on the Auditor General's report. And firstly, when he mentioned it as the source of a lot of income, if I can put it like that, for the country. Because we have the art festival, which is the biggest festival in Africa, as he put it on his report. And it appeared 3 times. And also, again, it's the home of one of the best university in the country, Rhodes University. And I find that very interesting. And how, as you councillors, willing to keep and maintain the standard of how Makana municipality is seen, even nationally. Auditor General of the country mentioning Makana municipality out of all municipalities 3 times. How are you willing to maintain the standard?
First of all, the administration was something that came from the provincial government and not national government, as my fellow panelist is saying. But also, as it relates to sustainability, you know, you are saying that Makana is mentioned 3 times as a source of income generation. The one thing that we have to be able to do, particularly in the next term of office, is to be able to make a thorough audit of all of everything that can assist us to stimulate the economy of Grahamstown. I mean, recently, as we are driving to King Williamstown, there has been I think it's an archaeological finding that was made there. I think it's over 150 years old. How do we be able to harness that finding and make it to be able to assist the economy of Grahamstown? And also equally, the issue of land in Grahamstown. What is it that we use the land for? How do we be able to make sure that we are drawing as much benefit from the various resources that Grahamstown has available?
Thank you very much.
So the local economic development.
Because at 5 to 7 we'll be also talking to a political analyst, analyzing this debate on what we should expect on the date of August. Darren, how are you going to maintain the standard? Mentioned 3 times, it tells you out of all municipalities we have in South Africa, there are a lot. In each province, they are countless.
Thing is, we're not here to maintain the system, we're here to change the system, because the system as it is currently isn't working. Because I would like to take back to what you said earlier. You said about the sources of income. Just like you said, the National Arts Festival is one of the greatest sources of income in this town. And the CEO of the National Arts Festival is in doubt of whether this festival will continue in Grahamstown because the basic water crisis that we are facing in this town. So when it comes to councillors in office, what we need are councillors of integrity that are open and that are honest about the situation. When they say yes means yes and no means no, and they'll tell you why it is no. We must stop with these false promises, these empty promises of what we're going to do, and when it comes to time of delivery, nothing is being done. So yes, we are here to change the entire system and bring those leaders of integrity into this council here in Makana.
Final thoughts so we can wrap up.
On the 3rd of August, I would like to echo the sentiments of Darren here. He's saying that students of Rhodes University who are registered to vote in Ward 12 must register to vote for change. He's very correct. In Ward 12, definitely, whereby the outgoing councillor is an absent counselor who I am sure all of you in this studio cannot even point at when you are walking down the streets. Definitely from that, students need to vote for change. Students also need to vote for a situation whereby when they are facing their struggles moving forward, they are not going to be asking around who is it that can be able to come to our assistance and intervene on our behalf. And we have definitely seen that in the past struggles of Rhodes University, particularly over the last 2 years, the Democratic Alliance has definitely been absent, and also in other areas where the Democratic Alliance is in leadership. What he will not tell you is that we have seen a rise in a white supremacist right-wing thinking. The mid-val that he keeps loading statistically, he will not tell you that black workers there are being spat in their faces by white staff members of the Democratic Alliance in the municipality.
Yeah.
I would like to, if this is, are we saying this is our closing statement, so must respond to that?
Yeah.
Look, if he says who can name the current Ward 12 councillor, I want to know how many people can name the mayor of the city, because we have had different mayors in the past 5 years that no one can name. But what I'm saying is that we as the DA, we are growing, we are getting bigger and stronger in every community, and we have already taken over the ANCs in cities such as Port Elizabeth. The thing is,
can you give him a chance?
there's no such thing as government money. There's only taxpayers' money and ratepayers' money, and it must be spent on the people whom it is meant to serve. Thanks.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. On the 3rd of August, we shall see who takes this trophy, who takes Ward 12 between the ANC and the DA. And
Even PE.
He is a done deal.
okay, gentlemen.
It's done deal. We're taking it.
Okay, gentlemen. Okay, gentlemen.
Before you wreck our studio, thank you so much for coming.
Okay, gentlemen. On the case of the EFF, I don't know what happened. I'm still asking myself if Abongile James was here, what was going to happen, because now we faced a lot of challenge controlling this debate when we were just two. So right now we'll be welcoming Zweli Ngqongqoshe, a political analyst, can I say a junior political analyst, a postgraduate in politics and international studies at Rhodes University.